What's going on? What's going on? Brutus here, bringing you a special war recap video where it is the MLCW All-Star Game, the Minor League Champions War League. So let's take a look at it. We have A and B split up. I am representing Team WBT proudly. And there's a few WBT folks in here that all did very well. And in fact, I'll showcase them in both recaps that I'm going to be doing. So how I'm going to, before I get going, how I'm going to do this is I'm going to split basically the top end and then the 9s. So 11s and 10s in one video and then 9s in the other because it is a 50 on 50. But I'm only covering my side because ain't nobody got time for that. So that's a lot of work. The war is almost done. There's 2 attacks left. It is mathematically impossible for Bs to overcome As. So we win, we win. I'm just kidding. It's all fair in good sports. And if you ask me, their Town Hall 9s outplayed us, in my humble opinion. But the story of the war really is the 10 and 11 game. If you take a without going into the specific stats, I'll say that our 10v11 game was better than theirs, our 10v10 was better than theirs, and our 11v11 was better than theirs. I didn't check the dips percentage. But I do know that their 9s were better than ours. I don't know how many scouts we had, if any, but when I looked in, there were a few 9s not cleared at all. But, you know, in an all-star game, you kind of want to go for those 11v11s and things like that anyway. So at the end of the day, everybody had fun. All right, so let's just, I'm not even going to focus on what's cleared and what's not. I'm just going to show you guys the replays. Let's start with 11 on 11 right away. Oh, and thank you for inviting me to the game. I appreciate. I'm very humbled and appreciate it. Thank you very much. I had a good time. It was a blast playing with a bunch of guys that took the war very seriously. So thank you very much. And I hope I represented the clan that I was participating with for the MLCW Team WBT, which my understanding also got accepted into CWO Rising. Congrats out to them. A bunch of clans have been announced out. All right, so let's get back into this. Using a queen ability, this I believe was doubled, but going for a 3-on-3 swing. Using the king warden ability on ground so that he can use it to get an infernal tower and a bunch of air defenses, getting one air defense, a couple of bows, excuse me, an air defense, and then starts to Lalo into the sweeper. And then just works it around because he has a nice little bowling alley area with a single inferno on the left side. I'll tell you what, man, the golems were in the CCs at Town Hall 11s, and they were painful to try to double. I was 50% this war. My queen did not work out on AI, did not work the way I wanted her to. Got a little bit greedy on holding my BK ability. I ended up getting a 60+% single star for my second. That was a cleanup attempt trying to get a high percent too. But nevertheless did earn my spot, or at least make myself useful in the war and getting an early 10v11. This was a really pretty 11 on 11 right here. Again, but really the golem CC, man, they're really, especially with miners being, you know, a viable strategy nowadays, even on 11v11s. So it was not uncommon to see golems in the CC now, and they're, in my opinion, they can be somewhat more difficult than a hound because the golem stops the BK as well and all the bowlers, so it's kind of difficult. But really nice 11 on 11 on this with a looked like a cold blood Lalo. We'll go to ×2. I do have a lot to show you. There was a close second 11v11, but this was the first, and then there was a close second. I believe that was on 3. Well, maybe it was actually 4. No, it was 5. You know what? I don't care. Who cares? Go down. A lot of good dips. There was, I think, 5 10v10s, and that's what I'll showcase. We'll look at all the 10v10s. I think there was 5 total. So 1 11v11 and 5 10v10s. Last time I looked at the other side, there wasn't any 10v10s for the A team. I don't know about you guys, but the moment I said A team, I just the theme song went off in my head like dun 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 dun. A lot of you guys that watch this have no idea who the A team is, but all you old fogies know what I'm talking about. So using a queen charge right here, going downwards with a queen charge Lalo. And some people have been thinking, like, you know, since the Loon's AI is back to the way it used to be, somewhat with that quarter-second pause after a defense goes down for retargeting, that, you know, they're not as OP. Kind of crazy, because before the Loons became such a gross meta that they were everywhere with the, I forgot what it was, the fast drops, ever since that, they were already really powerful and really good before that. So 2 updates prior, they were already really, really, really effective. So when people are like, oh, they're not OP anymore, no, they're just back to normal. They're still very much OP. They're just not gross anymore. Anyway, really smart idea, using 2 Loons while he's being hung up on the Hound to get away some point defenses right here. Forgive me, I don't know if it's fresh or not. Again, you know, there's so many replays I have to get in that I just focused on making sure I showcase the ones that got cleared and deserve to be shown. Using that nice little 1 minion on the back end to help clean up some of those lava pups. Queen continues on her walk. Meanwhile, he doesn't watch his queen. The ability's already done. There's nothing he can do. She's on her own. Why watch her? She is pretty, but she doesn't do more damage if you watch her. Freezing the multi-inferno as he hastes into it. Really smart right here. Really sexy attack. The angle of attack from these hounds were really pretty. Soaking up a double Black Sam, just enough for him to sneak in the wad of Loons, using the haste to bring down the air defense and then splitting up here. He still has 3 more Loons, and it's a scary moment right here because if he doesn't get down this air defense, it's GG. But he gets it down, again gets a part of that haste again, comes back, weakens the bow, and then because he sees the queen coming around the outside, see that queen coming around the outside, he holds on to his Loons and waits for her to get in there, then use some wall breakers to get, that he had remaining to get into the last piece right here to get access to the X-bow. We'll go to times 4. And cleans up the rest. Nice job, 13 Ed 70. Let's go down, and we have to the other 10v10s. We have Cody Holder using a hog attack on a not a max Town Hall 10. The air defenses are max, but the the air defense, and I don't mean that like the air defense. I mean like air defense structures. Archer towers, X-bows, you know, wizard towers, all that is max, but the cannons and mortars are down. Kind of reminds me about ways to manage your war weight in the tier system. Where's his bomb towers? Bomb towers are not maxed either. The mortars and the bomb towers are worth weights. I don't know what the new one is, but on the old tier system, they were worth some weight. So a way to keep it down is to just not upgrade them, so you can be like a tier 3 or 4 when you feel more like a 5. I don't know, I'd have to redo the math on this, but clearly ignoring bomb towers, mortars, and cannons. But, you know, air defense is the strongest out there, pre and post updates. So why not prioritize those defenses over the others? Late rage in here for the bowlers. Nice little jump. Gets a lot of value from this kill squad, as nothing will target the Hound. And then he just sends in the hogs with 2 heals and a rage for that, and a skeleton to kill. Well, we'll see how he uses the skeleton here. Losing a lot of hoggies on entry here into a giant bomb, and then of course splash damage with a mortar volley. A skeleton and then rage on the back end for the hogs to come in, as well as some skeletons to try to do some damage. Go to ×2. He's got a cleanup wizard for the back end as well. And the hogs start to fiddle out towards the end, but by then it's too late. Because this BK is like, what's going on? What's going on? What are you guys doing? Get out of my backyard. But by then, the town hall's already down. Nice job, Cody Holder. We'll go down a few more. 13 being a six-pack this war. Queen Walk Hobo. We'll go to times 2 because it's late developing on the left side here using the BK for the funnel. Rage for the encounter of the Queen and BK, and then can continue down on the left side. Poison to slow that up though. Can comfortably take care of those things and keep walking down with just splash damage and mortars that can't really reach the healers on the way down. So really nice angle of attack from here, really exploiting that portion of the base. Dealing with royals before you even deal with the CC, and you still have an ability in hand. It's a scary moment. You can definitely go into the sweeper on things like this. As you can see, his BK goes first, brings out the CC, and it's got a ton of archers. Loon and Baby Drag. BK ability goes down, Infernal Tower's down. Still got a Queen ability in hand, but he's going to send in his hogs here shortly. Pops the ability, so then he can take down the threat, true threat to his hogs, which is that Baby Dragon. Once that down, he gets about 40% of the base and a nice little third of it with the kill squad push, plus the Queen ability, plus the Queen is still up, although she is about to die, so he tries to send in his hogs fast enough to bring down with the threats to the Queen, try to salvage her, because she's the best cleanup troop on the map, and does so because now she'll shoot through the wall, be able to get access to the high hit point storage, CC as well as Town Hall. But these hogs don't have any more heals for them, so kind of scary moments coming into the last few things, but he has enough hogs to swarm only 2 point defenses because there's nothing but a line of mortars and air defenses, which are no threats except for stopping points for the hogs. Nice job, man. Go to times 4. We'll back out. Nothing in the corners. And let's take a look. Hulk, aka D-Sal from WBT. This was probably one of my favorite Town Hall 10v10s of the war because it's using, a lot of people are like, oh, this is, it's good for low to mid level Town Hall 10s. This has level 2 Infernals, level 4 bows, 3 of them. Town Hall 10 cannons. But the point defense, like archer towers, are already at Town Hall max level for Town Hall 10. And again, the bomb towers being ignored and the mortars being ignored. Kind of gives you an idea of how you can manage your tiers as you upgrade them. But Queen on the outside on the left, gonna basically get a ton of value, which is why it's my favorite. BK on the right gets a ton of value as well. The bowlers are still up. And he sends in and if you look at the path that he gave these miners, I mean, they all converge upon the Queen and a P.E.K.K.A. and a BK. They're just going to erase the middle like that. It has to use the Queen ability so that the Queen survives the encounter coming around the bend, but now she only has one, at most 2 point defenses on her. Finally, the 3-hitter, and that takes her down. But by then, there's still a crap ton of level 3 miners in the court. We'll go to times 2. It was just like, this is definitely how you want to execute a Queen Walk mass miner attack, using your royals to create funnels for the miners late as a third phase of the attack. Just nice job. And then, of course, the last, he could have... He could have swagged that, and we'll just go ahead and call that a swag. Really nice job, D-Sal. Bounce out of this one, we'll go down to another one, Evil Alex. And I think this is the last one. Very similar, using BK and some bowlers to funnel the top side, and then you're going to have a Queen and a few miners to funnel the right side. And then once everything is pretty much spoken for, then you send the rest of them towards the middle. I mean, nice job. And then it's not all heals. Yeah, he has max heal, which helps a ton, and but really it's the level 3 miners. But the rage really is what I like about this, because he rages it in the core, which are high hit point wizard towers, X-bow, stopping points of the Queen, and things like that, such and things of this nature. But really good value on the right side, on the top side for the BK taken for the bowlers. Queen ability, Queen still is up as she used the ability right now. Stu has a heal left over, and he's really judging where he should drop it. Sees that he has some miners that are getting close to the Infernal Tower, so decides to use it there. As the top side pack looks really heavy. So I understand why he did that. Go to ×2. Now the Queen is going to be stuck on this Hound for probably the rest of the raid. But man, he's got a lot of miners left. Nice job, Alex. Way to be evil. And I think that was it. Popcorn, let's check you real quick. Yep, you're a 9. So in the other video, I'll cover nothing but the beer run 9s. All basically people that got 2 fresh hit 3 stars and a wide variety of attacks. There were some pretty ones too. So hopefully you guys enjoyed those Town Hall 11 and Town Hall 10 attacks. Looks like the final score is going to be 144 to 135 with the All-Stars A getting it. Once again, it's Brutus reminding you, you're going to be better than a double, and I'll check you next time.